I've put together something practical and actionable for you to implement today, now, for the rest of the year. This is what I want you to focus on. Build these habits now and then carry them into 2026. Let's jump into it. Now, guys, I've put together a sales survival framework, not just for you to maximize your numbers from now till year end, but also to carry this on in 2026 so you can actually hit the ground running come next year. Now, if you're only going to take away one thing from the points I'm going to be making today, let it be point number one. Live in your pipeline. I speak to so many reps who have a routine, but a lot of these reps don't have opening pipeline as one of the first things they do on a daily basis. I want you to start doing this religiously. Whatever your routine is, I want you to implement this right there at the start. So switch your laptop on or switch your computer on, open your inbox, open LinkedIn, Google Chrome, whatever. Open your pipeline tab. This is going to be part of the first thing that you do. A lot of this is going to be around structure. So let's make this one thing that you take away if you don't take away anything else. And what you want to do is you want to know every deal stage. You want to know the size of every opportunity and health. And a great way to test this is if your manager just picks a random op and starts reading the notes from it, you should be able to tell exactly what that op is and give your manager all the details that you have around that opportunity. If they're talking about an op and you don't recognize it from Adam, it means your notes are not precise and detailed enough. They're far too generic, probably across all of your opportunities. You need to use this as a test. Your number, guys, lives where your pipeline lives. All right? All of your money and all of your billings are coming from your pipeline. So it makes sense to have it open right at the start of the day and look through it. Understand your ops. Figure out where are the black swans? Where are the different stakeholders that may or may not peer from? What could jeopardize this deal? Know it inside out. What play could I make right now? Actually, you know what? There's a lot of times, and I was told this by a good friend, an ex-manager of mine, you look and stare at your pipeline. Because when you start looking and staring at your ops, ideas will jump out to you. Actually, you know what? I thought I was on top of it, but I'm not. I should be sending an email outlining this, or I should be sending them this framework that I should send across to them. Or it might mean that actually I need to pick up the phone to them because I'm missing X, Y, and Z information here. Look at your pipeline, stare at it daily, because this is where your money is coming from. Number two, identify those winnable opportunities. What do I mean? You're not going to close all of the opportunities in your pipeline. Even the best salesperson in the world is not going to close all of the opportunities in their pipeline. You will have opportunities there that you can win. There'll be opportunities in there that you will win, and there'll be opportunities that you cannot categorically win. So you want to prioritize the ones with the highest probability plus the shortest time to close. Those are your priorities, but you really want to identify the ones that can close in general. And then once you've identified them, you go out and close them. All right. Apply ruthless qualification. Who can actually sign before year end? Identify those opportunities and then go after them. Focus on revenue impact, not just activity. Being ruthless with pipeline is something we've all been guilty of. We've all at times had a bloated pipeline. We're now coming to year end. Now is not the time to bloat it out any further with opportunities that aren't real. We want to streamline. We want to be ruthless. This is what I'm focusing on from now until the end of December. Yeah, we're at the start of Q4. You've got 3 months, pretty much, 2.5 months to affect your year-end outcome. But that starts now, today, this second. All right, number 3, spot gaps and black swans. Look for missing champions, stakeholders. Look out for next steps. This again goes back to the point when I said you look at your pipeline, you stare at it. Things will jump out at you. Actually, are finance aware? Or do I know how long the legal process is going to be? Can they derail this deal? Is John, the COO, actually aligned with what we're trying to achieve here with the HR department? Right? These are the questions you want to ask yourself. What could stop this deal from closing? And then fix the gaps before they become deal killers. It's all well and good identifying and looking at an op and think, yeah, they should get this, no brainer. But you really want to be due diligent, cover off every angle. What could derail this deal? What could stop this deal from closing? And do that with the ones that you've literally committed for this week as a guarantee. They're the first ones you want to go to because they're supposed to be coming in. So if they don't come in, you're already in trouble. So any commits that you have for this week, next week, this month, go to them first. What could derail this deal? What could stop this deal from closing? Question it. Be so stringent in your process and pressure test it. Pressure test those deals because you've already committed them. That means they've gone against your number. The only way you're not winning now. You've already committed the number. So that number to leadership is already in. Yeah. You now have to deliver that number as an absolute least. And if you don't, you're behind. Number 4, build and execute close plans. What do I mean by that? Create maps, guys. Create mutual action plans with your prospects. This is super important. If you don't know what a mutual action plan is, check out the channel. I go into great detail on mutual action plans in previous pods, but in essence, it's a document to help keep both you and your prospects honest. Lock in timelines, decision makers, and procurement steps. Timelines will always change, especially if a business is a little bit larger. They have more red tape, but they also have more departments. They have more heads. One slight knock-on effect or one slight change will have a bigger knock-on effect in terms of the timeline. So you want to make sure that you are stringent. The large, it is mid-market enterprise sellers. If you're working in the mid-market and enterprise space, be super on top of your timelines. All right. Identify all the DMs and the stakeholders and also the procurement steps. Legal. Is procurement taking care of the whole legal process as well? Or is there a separate legal process that needs to happen? Can they run in conjunction with each other? Most of the times, yes. Eliminate surprises in December. Getting to the point where we're moving this along, should have come in end of October and then it's middle of November. Now it looks like actually, Neil, I'm going to get it done, but it is going to land in December. Your red flag should have been from the moment it was supposed to come in and didn't, from the moment it got pushed from end of October to November. That is your red flag and you need to address it. Look, I know it's difficult sometimes and we're working across X, Y, and Z timeline, Mr. Prospect or Mrs. Prospect, but I just want to make sure that we've covered off every angle. What is the reason that this has now this has had to be delayed from end of October to November? And dig deep, because if you just let it go, you're building false confidence and you're ignoring something that you know is a bit of a red flag, right? Don't let it come to you in a fevered dream like Tony Soprano in the final episode of season 2. If you know, you know. Right. Number 5, double down on engagement. Daily touch points with key deals, calls, emails, LinkedIn, but add value. Just make sure you're on track with your deal. Yeah. Make sure you're on track with your opportunity and just make sure you stick to the tracks. Multi-thread. Don't rely on one contact. That one contact could leave tomorrow. Your deal is done, dead, finished, right? Don't leave it up to chance. Multi-thread. This is to make your deals safe. Increase urgency by tying value to Q4 business goals of the buyer. Note, I'm not saying discount and slash prices because it's end of year and we're going to slash prices. That's a lot of noise that every prospect hears, and to the point now where they just expect it. Instead, tie the value to their business goals they've already outlined to you. Yeah. What happens if we push this into Q1? Well, this is what you miss out on because you told me, Mr. Prospect, that this is costing you X amount per month, which means another month delay is going to cost you Y amount. No discount in product. You're increasing the urgency by tying value to their goals and business mandates. Number 6, protect your time. Super important Spend 80% of time on deals that can close this year. We need to close the year out strong. Start of Jan, yes, you want to hit the ground running, but if you don't, you've got 12 months to rectify your position. But you don't have any time if you don't close this year out strong. So spend 80% of your time on deals that can close this year. Park or disqualify next year opportunities. Don't waste any time on them. Disqualify them out. Be ruthless with it or park them. All right? Block daily pipeline focus time. Again, I'm going back to the pipeline. Can you see the consistent theme that I'm running across here? My pipeline is open the whole time from the start of the day to the end of the day because this is where my money is and I want to stay closest to the money. And number 7, finish strong and start strong. Push hard to land deals before year end, but simultaneously seed Q1 pipeline. Yeah, new logos, expansions, whatever it might be. We want to make sure that we don't burn any deals for Q1 by rushing everything into Q4. Do what you can and push hard right up until year end, but tie it to urgency. And worst case scenario, make sure it comes in next quarter. Don't burn it forever. Enter the new year with momentum, not an empty funnel. So guys, implement this today and change your sporadic structureless behaviors. A lot of you've given up. This isn't the time to give up. It's actually the time to double down because you've got 3 months or the best part of 3 months, a whole quarter to impact your year end and impact your whole year. Maybe you're looking at a year and thinking, wow, this is going to be bleak. This is looking really bleak. Well, you can turn it around. You've got time. Now is the time to implement structures, behaviors that I've just talked to you about, because that could change your whole year from a mediocre one to a stellar one. In these tough times, let the structure do a lot of the heavy lifting for you, because trust me, you've got plenty of heavy lifting to do yourself. Now, I do have reps asking me if I offer one-to-one coaching, whether it's sitting down one-to-one and focusing on cold calling, objection handling, maybe it's discovery you're struggling with, maybe you need help or an extra pair of eyes across your whole sales process. Well, the good news is I do. The link is in the description below. So book your free consultation with me today and let's see if we can save your year.